Whether it's live action, cartoons, comics, or even a little bit of hentai, the designers never miss when it comes to Optimus Prime, and this latest redesign is no different. So let's do this one more time. From Yolopark's AMK series, we have today with us Optimus Prime, as seen in Transformers Rise of the Beasts. And if you haven't, go check out the reviews I did for their Primal and Bumblebee, and also like and subscribe because it helps out. Anyways, if you've been keeping up with Yolopark, then you might know they've made not one, but two Optimus Primes already from the Bumblebee movie. Both beautiful pieces. One I've been thinking about getting, and the other is just so expensive the price of admission would have to be your soul. But this beautiful hunk of plastic is from their AMK series, which is a line of affordable model kits that come pre-built and pre-painted with minor assembly required out of the box. And once again, these don't transform. But once you're done building, you get what I believe might be the most well-painted out of the three. And to me, that's kind of saying something considering the last two had an already good amount of paint. So to see Prime raise that bar of quality even higher goes to show Prime gets and deserves nothing but the best. Because while the last guys had small details painted here and there, the Super Chad Optimus Prime here has entire surfaces painted with silver and even has these entirely silver pieces which I can't even tell if they're casted from a silver plastic or are entirely painted silver. But who cares because it looks nice. Because goddamn, while the other figures in this line had minimal paint applications to encourage people to attempt their own paint jobs, this figure is ideal for the losers who can't paint. And to be honest, looking at this guy, even I'm a little hesitant to paint him up. But what also helps out is this figure's amazing color breakup, setting aside the painted parts that might have taken the entire wave's paint budget. Because look at that beautiful metallic blue plastic, which doesn't appear to be painted, but casted, and this dark borderline maroon looking red alongside this dark gray plastic, which keeps the design from looking too busy at the cost of the gray parts not popping as much, despite being loaded with detail. Because if you haven't noticed, this figure is packed with details from front to back, capturing his look from the movie so perfectly that they even managed to capture his screen-accurate yacht. Just step aside, RC, the real showstopper is here, Optimus goddamn Prime. Because real talk, while this latest design might be a step down from the Bumblebee movie design, it is by no means a bad Optimus Prime design. Because while elements of the Bumblebee movie design can be found here, a lot of noticeable changes were made, like these new abs replacing red parts and these eyebrow thingies, which I have no clue what they are, but I like. And most noticeable have to be the proportions, which are the most divisive aspect of this new design, as you either love them or you hate them. Oh, and also they gave him a new head, which Yolopark didn't really capture too well, but sculpted it really nicely, as it kind of reminds me more of the head we saw in Bumblebee rather than Rise of the Beast. But weirdly enough, I feel like Yolopark nailed the proportions better than 3.0, but it could totally be my bias towards that $35 price point talking, cause yeah, he's only $35. That's right, only $35. Unbelievable. $35. Anyways, this guy can do more than just look pretty on a shelf, because he can pose. But before that, how about some size comparisons, because here he is with his wave mates. MPM Bumblebee, whose review is coming soon, so, you know, do that stuff. My other Optimus Primes. And lastly, Flame Toys Leo Prime, because once again, the plastic on these figures is so top-notch that it doesn't even feel like a real model kit. Because you can manhandle these boys to your heart's content. And now, my biggest issue, like Bumblebee, has to be this figure's lack of accessories. Because he comes with 2 fisted hands, 2 spread out hands, 1 pointing finger, and 1 gun holding hand with no gun to hold, which sucks. But Yolopark has already confirmed accessories for Prime in the next wave, so hopefully we can at least see an axe, 2 swords, a gun, an arm cannon, and a faceplate less mask, to make up for making us buy a whole new wave of figures just for accessories we should have had by now. But I don't mind too much, cause you can bet your bitch ass I'm gonna get that Scourge. So for the meanwhile, this hand is gonna be for when Prime is feeling quizzical, or maybe wanting to scratch his balls. Also, the hands are all interchangeable through a ball joint. Anyways, now we can get into the articulation, cause this guy has a ball jointed head attached to another ball joint at the base of the neck with excellent range. Butterfly joints going only forwards, a universal joint with unlimited back and forth, and outwards that much with the shoulders hinging out at 2 separate points, bicep swivel, a really nice double jointed bend that requires you to raise this forearm foreskin before bending, ball joint, ab crunch and tilt, waist swivel, universals at the legs, plus they drop down, and these pieces and his screen-worthy yacht move to get out of the way. Thigh swivel, a beautiful bend that has to be done in a certain order, and the feet pivot, tilt, and bend any way you want. Plus, all the tires roll. Now, the articulation here might not be the best, but he can still hit any pose you want. And in conclusion, if you choose to dive into this line, I can easily recommend any of these guys, if you're interested, of course, with my personal ranking of them being Bumblebee, Optimus, and Primal. As Bumblebee to me really just felt like the most fun out of the 3, with Optimus just looking beautiful. Just look at the guy. Can you really hate that beautiful face? And Primal, while not being bad, he just wasn't really much of my favorite, to be honest. And now that I've finally reviewed these guys, we can finally move on to NPM Bumblebee for next week, of course. So yeah, subscribe for that.